So this is Rowan. She came to us like most of the dogs around here for reactivity. Rowan really didn't pick and choose about what she was reactive about. She was reactive to dogs, anything that moved quickly, especially on wheels, bikes, scooters, strollers. So the first couple days, we were really focusing on getting her to be responsive on the leash and starting to correct some of those behaviors that were getting her in trouble. I believe the straw that broke the camel's back that sent her in was they'd take her to dog parks, and then incident at dog park where she chased after a kid. Not malicious by any means, but certainly a scary situation when your dog is chasing after a child and you don't have control of it. Now she is a Border Collie Australian Shepherd cross, so there's genetics in there where she could definitely nip someone in the ankle, right? Do some damage to someone if she doesn't have this stuff in check. Now Rowan is like a lot of the reactive dogs we get in. She's not actually fearful or super insecure. She has her moments certainly, but that's not her primary driver for reactivity. The main thing with her is arousal. Right? She trips on arousal on a hairline, everything excites her, and she didn't have the impulse control to deal with it. So we've started to deal with that by installing some impulse control in her via on and off leash obedience training, structured play, managing, being mindful of the leash, all this kind of stuff. Even something like the place. Like the place for us is so important. For a dog like Rowan, it's therapy, right? She has to sit there and do nothing. The first couple times we did this with her, this was really, really hard. We're now about 3 weeks into training. We're starting to do some of the off-leash. We're starting to get her out in public more and really put a test to all this. So for a dog like her, impulse control is a necessity. You must have it. It's not optional. If your dog pulls you on the leash, if your dog isn't able to hold a downstay, heel with you, stay on the place bed, she is going to have reactive problems her entire life, right? The impulse control we install in training is going to carry it throughout her life. It must be maintained throughout her life, but it's going to serve her in every aspect of her life, and that is the idea here. We also need to give her outlets, right? So we don't skip that part. So training, she does find fun. It mentally stimulates her, as well as some structured play. She likes to chase the ball a little bit, so we give her outlets for that. And now that we have her off-leash trained, I can let her off-leash and be a dog a little bit. I can let her burn around, zoom around, sniff stuff, do what she likes to do, and not have to worry about her getting her back to me. The number one thing for the owners heading home with Rowan is the dog parks, right? They have to stop the dog parks, and we've talked to them about that and got them on board with that. Like all the dogs that come in here, if anyone comes in here with a reactive dog and they insist on taking it to dog parks, a lot of time we'll flat out just say no and turn them away. And certainly don't guarantee results if they go and do that anyway. A dog like her, if you take her to a dog park, you're going to set the precedent that dogs are very exciting. There's young children in there often as well. And when she sees them in her day-to-day life on the street, she is going to get aroused. She's going to be pulling, barking. She's going to be frustrated. And that's where a lot of her reactivity comes from. So the goal here with Rowan is to show her that dogs are neutral. So we train her around dogs all day long, right? Down here, in the yard, and now in public too. To show her that she doesn't get excited about dogs, she also doesn't get scared about dogs. She can be interested, she can notice the dog, but I need to see her keep it together enough to hold the place, or not pull me on the leash, or whatever we're doing at the time, right? So dogs like Rowan are super common. I think we have some before footage we put on the screen of how she was on day one. But she's a very common dog. She's not malicious. She's not aggressive. She doesn't have impulse control, right? And dogs are very exciting for her. And she has a hard time dealing with that pit in her stomach that she gets. And to be quite honest, a lot of owners condition this in their dog, right? They take them to the dog park, they make dogs exciting, let them say hi to every dog on the leash, and they wonder why they're reactive and excited when they see dogs. It's because they haven't created the neutrality around dogs first. And that's the most important thing. For a young dog like Rowan, she can definitely get more problematic if this is allowed to persist, but we've got her at a nice young age, and we're going to get a real good head start on this, and then help the owners create some better habits at home to make this stuff really carry forward. So that's Rowan. We're going to show you guys where she's at in training, about 3 weeks in with some of the on and off leash training, getting her out in public. And we've got her for another week to really fine tune things and just get her out more and more and see more things. We're going to take her and work her outside of some dog parks to really neutralize those for her too. And really happy with how she's looking. And we're going to see how she shapes up in this final week here before she heads home.